coming out of it, of course. And I think they're around 25 or 30,000 now, so they've lost a little population.
Yikes.
Since then.
Okay.
Yeah. A really weird weekend. Of course, right after just as we were finishing up the show on Friday, because we did mention it, Paul Pelosi was attacked in his home.
Yeah, we mentioned on overtime, I believe, right?
Holy mackerel, is that bizarre?
Yeah, it was.
Wow. Everybody's got an idea of what happened. There's theories circulating on the internet, of course, that are quite strange, and some of them fairly interesting, and you wonder what's true and what's not. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But the guy, they claim, is a big right-wing ideologue, and that's why he went after Paul Pelosi. Huh, really? Upon closer inspection, you see that's not necessarily true. Has he written some things and posted some things that lead you to believe that he's, I don't know, right of center? Yeah, he has. But has he done the opposite too? Yeah. And when you look at his home, there's a photograph of the outside of his, home. I mean, he's essentially homeless, right?
I mean, he
does stay in this house. And
you want to see the outside of it here?
I do want to see the outside.
Let's see what we got
because there's some interesting things to take note of. Do we have the full screen of that?
Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, I mean, there's a Black Lives Matter sign there.
Yeah, Black Lives Matter
in his house.
Okay.
What else?
A rainbow flag.
Rainbow flag.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Very right wing. Wow, what a kook. What a right wing nut. Berkeley stands united against hate.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay.
So I guess it was with love that he get attacked.
Definitely a
Paul Pelosi.
I mean that those statements and that kind of paraphernalia, the hallmarks of a MAGA Trump supporter.
Yes.
If I've ever seen one.
The telltale signs of a MAGA Republican. Yeah. So extreme, and all they do is hurt people. They're just so violent. We've known for some time now that right-wing extremists and white supremacy are the two biggest threats we face as a democracy. So
we've also learned that he's a pro-Castro nudist who makes hemp jewelry.
Oh, okay.
Again,
a pro-Castro nudist?
Yeah, and makes hemp jewelry. Again, more obvious signs that you're not only a Trump supporter, but a mega MAGA Trump supporter.
I saw something about the person he's living with, too. I forget what it was, though. And I was unclear as to whether he's living with a man or a woman.
Oh.
Do we know?
It could be both. I thought it was a woman.
Okay.
It
might be. It might be. But there are all kinds of rumors circulating about where these two met each other and, whatnot and so forth.
They met at the back door where the glass was broken.
That's where they met?
Laying on the outside of the house.
Okay.
That's where they met.
So anyway, the outcome of this is that Paul Pelosi underwent surgery because he had a fractured skull. The guy hit him with a hammer. So fortunately, he's alive. They expect him to make a full recovery.
Full recovery, yes.
Officers arrived at the house. This is weird stuff. They got to the house. They knocked on the front door and were led inside by an unknown person.
Okay.
That seems to be in dispute because now they're saying, no, the only two people in the house were the attacker and Paul Pelosi. Oh, well then who let him in?
Yeah, wait, hold on a second.
Who let him in?
I'm seeing reports all weekend from people that have been to that house. Like, here's some lady that says, my firm served a lawsuit against Paul Pelosi one time in San Francisco after attempting to serve at other residences. Blah, 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 blah. They weren't home, but staff were, and multiple law enforcement officers were on the perimeter. Break-ins seem odd given this level of security.
Yeah. And how'd this guy get in? He broke the back window or something?
Yeah.
He broke a window and got in?
The door, yeah, something.
But they discovered after they were let in by an unknown person, cops discovered DePappy and Pelosi struggling for a hammer. After they instructed them to drop the weapon, DePappy took the hammer and violently attacked Pelosi. So the police didn't stop that?
Might want to shoot that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't
Unclear
know
on
what kind of shot they would have had.
Strange.
But if you look at the pictures of the back door, it looks like the glass and everything is on the outside. In other words, if you're breaking into it, wouldn't the glass? I don't know.
Yeah, you would think.
You would think.
Huh.
I don't know. It's very, very strange.
I guess we do have the 911 audio from when officers arrived.
Yeah.
And so here's that.
Northern 4-car, A priority 910, 2640 Broadway, cross of Scott and Normandy. Hey, 14-hour copy. RP stated that there's a male in the home and that he's going to wait for his wife. RP stated that he doesn't know who the male is, but he advised that his name is David and that he is a friend.
Wait, hold on. What?
RP sounded somewhat confused.
So wait, did you catch that?
Yeah. He doesn't know who he is, but it's his name is David, and he's a friend. Huh. He's a friend? Interesting.
And RP is reporting person, so that's Paul Pelosi.
RP stated that there's a male in the home and that he's going to wait for his wife. Well, that seems like it's going to be a long wait, right? She was in Washington, D.C. From what I've read, she was in Washington at the time, right? Was she on her way home, maybe?
Well, okay. So I don't know from that report. Was the officer saying that he, the attacker, is going to wait for the wife?
Oh, maybe.
You see what I mean?
Okay.
I don't know.
That would make sense. RP, reporting person, stated that he doesn't know who the male is, but he advised that his name is David and that he's a friend.
He sounded confused. This is before he's hit with the hammer, by the way.
Oh, right. Right. Huh.
Huh.
All right. He's a friend. Well, some people say they met at a bar.
Oh, is that right?
Earlier in the evening, yeah.
Oh, whoa.
That's what some say.
Some say.
I don't know if there's any evidence of that. But anyway, Paul Pelosi had secretly dialed 911, and, the dispatcher sensed trouble. Well, really? Why would you sense trouble when you've got somebody calling 911? What spider senses you must have? Wow, really? The dispatcher sensed trouble?
It wasn't a time check? Hey, what time is it? 911? What time is it?
Yeah, this isn't time and weather? Huh. All right.
Setting my clocks.
Jeez.
Are you okay, sir?
Wow, you are really intuitive as a dispatcher of 911.
Right.
If you sense trouble when somebody calls.
So
what a weird... the whole thing is weird. Mm-hmm. It's really, really strange. And, of course, everybody is saying this is just flat out a MAGA Republican type. And we've just shown you some of the evidence to the contrary, but there's more, too. There's a lot of evidence that he was at least left-wing. His neighbors are saying they thought he was left-wing.
right, a hippie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I guess the only evidence that I'm hearing that this guy was MAGA is that he was saying, "Where's Nancy?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, do only Republicans refer to her as Nancy Pelosi? I mean, is that the tip-off? If you call her by her first name, you're automatically a right-winger? So,
yeah,
there you go.
that's weak.
That's all they have.
It's weak. But, of course, the press immediately went to... I mean, before there was even any evidence, they were all saying, "Oh, see, there's MAGA Republicans! MAGA Republicans!" So the FBI visited the home tied to the Pelosi beating, and we just showed you some of that.
I want to see this security video. This guy broke in. If you're going to say that that's who this guy is, then let's get all the evidence here. Let's see that he broke in.
Surely there is footage.
Of course.
Right?
You know there is.
The Pelosi's they monitor their home
Absolutely.
via video.
And they're in the crime-riddled city of San Francisco?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's footage. I want to see it.
And especially since, supposedly Republicans have been so amped up to create violence against people.
That's what they do.
That you would think the Speaker of the House would have pretty good security. If not actual security guards there. And Paul Pelosi, granted, it's 2 a.m, but he's alone in the house? Come on. They've got staff. They have servants. Somebody answered the door that wasn't either of the two males. So who was that?
I mean, with the press, saying that this is obviously a right winger, the Republican Party, and Trump supporters are pushing violence. That would just be par for the course for them because they're always calling out violence, even when it's against Republicans, right? So like when Lee Zeldin was attacked by the knife, remember that situation? That the press
they didn't care
quick,
at all.
They weren't quick to condemn
that.
They
didn't care one iota
Were they
about
quick
that.
to condemn when Rand Paul was
beaten almost to death?
Right.
Yeah, no.
Oh, by the way, that did turn out to be political. Were they quick? Oh, there's your Lee Zeldin being attacked there.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah, that was no big deal. Nobody was firing that person up. Oh, how about the baseball practice shooter?
Yeah, where Steve Scalise's Bernie Sanders supporter.
Why didn't they care about that?
Yeah.
The GOP canvassers who've been attacked lately.
Right, the Marco Rubio supporters.
And beaten. The Kavanaugh would-be assassin. How about all of that? Geez, the non-stop riots during the summer. That didn't bother them at all.
By the way, Nancy Pelosi's daughter back in 2017, after Rand Paul got attacked, said she agreed with the neighbor in his actions against Rand Paul.
My gosh.
I'd like to point that out.
Jeez. I know. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. Unbelievable.